What's up, everyone? Welcome to Shot Callers eSports. I'm Matt. That's Mathos.
How's it going?
And today we're going to talk some Overwatch. There's some new balance changes that kind of hit the Overwatch scene recently. Some D.Va changes, some Mercy changes. So tell us about those kind of buffs / nerfs to the new character.
Well, everything is a buff for starters, and we're going to start off with the Mercy one because it's the most complicated. So originally her ultimate was a large AoE that resurrected anybody within a field of vision. Now that has been downsized to a single ability on a 30-second cooldown. That means that when one person dies, she can immediately resurrect them. However, in place of her ultimate, she now has an ability called Valkyrie, and it does a lot. So here comes the shopping list. First of all, she can fly anywhere she needs to. Second of all, she can heal in an AoE provided the people being healed are in a close club. Also works out with her damage boost. Third of all, when she's flying, she's always getting her health regenerated, as well as her gun now has infinite bullets and the projectiles shoot faster. It's ridiculous, I understand. Because of these changes, this girl is a mainstay now. There is no way that a team can possibly ignore the power that this character provides. The resurrection also, as a bonus, goes down to a 10-second cooldown instead of a 30-second cooldown. Swings are real with this ultimate.
Yeah, that sounds like quite the buff. It's not just little tinker on maybe more healing, more health regen or whatever. It's like a whole toss over of the champ. So what about D.Va? What's new with it?
D.Va, they managed to change her defense matrix cooldown in half. That meant that instead of her being a defensive robot that would just block projectiles and take care of business across the board, she instead now can play a more active role in the game. As a bonus, she now has rockets. They gave her robot rockets. So she shoots a stream of rockets with one button on a 7-second cooldown, and another kicker, she can now shoot and fly and shoot the rockets all at the same time.
So these are basically character overhauls.
Yeah.
Calling it a buff is like undermining what really happened
It's
here.
definitely a rework. In case of Mercy, a partial rework, but a real dramatic one in regards to her ultimate. That's for sure.
So with these new changes to Mercy and D.Va, do you expect to see them more prominently in competitive play?
As said before, Mercy, absolutely. She's a mainstay. I was taking a look at competitive players last night and a couple nights back as the patch only showed up live last week. If they had the Mercy, they won, almost guaranteed. And if they didn't, the impact is non-existent. You get steamrolled in 5 seconds. Her swerves are just, it wasn't meant for her to be a more active participant in the battle, but unfortunately, the swerve mechanic is still there. Instead of resurrecting 6 people, she now resurrects 2 immediately and keeps everyone breathing for an extended period of time. As for D.Va, the dive comp that is currently established in the meta really relied on her D-Matrix to absorb a lot of bullets. With the cut in its duration, the dive meta doesn't change that much, but there is less of an opportunity for these characters when they do dive to get in and get paid and get out without any kind of problems.
And that's not the only thing that's changed in Overwatch. They also introduced a new map called Junkertown.
Yes, indeed.
And I mean, it's pretty hectic. There's a lot going on. So what do you think of the new map, and how do you think some teams are going to approach it?
Well, the first capture point leading up to the first point is this wide open field. There's a lot of bridges and nice high ground and different avenues for people to come across, small huts and things to weave in and out of as you push the payload across. But once you get past that first checkpoint, a gate slams down and you are in a kill box, 100%. There are nooks and crannies that you can squeeze in and out of, but generally speaking, if you're in there and you're in there for the foreseeable future, it is going to be one hell of a mountain climb to get yourself out of that. And the best part being, if you do get out of the kill box and get to the next checkpoint, there's another one further down the way. A little bit more forgiving than the first one, but the high ground advantage is there for defenders. There's tons of bottlenecks where players have to come out. They really need to utilize all the different rat holes that exist in the first avenue to pull out and take care of it.
So it's definitely a tough maze to kind of solve if you're a team on the attacking side of things.
You need coordination and you need maximum grit to get through that nonsense, because if you make one slip, half your team is gone and you have to reset the push.
Well, I'm ready for the new bloodbath on the new map.
Oh, it's going to be a treat.